welcome back to the channel. First of all, I'm going to apologise for having been MIA for last week's video. We had a really busy weekend, obviously. If you saw on my Instagram, you'll have seen that it was Carl's 30th birthday on Monday, so Monday the 23rd of January, and we went up to Yorkshire for a bit of a party with his friends and family. Had a lovely weekend, but with work, with clients the week before, and then my parents came over on the Thursday night, and then we all travelled up together. It all just got a bit busy and I didn't have time to film. And also Carl's family aren't too keen on the camera being shoved in their face. I don't blame them. So I didn't film his birthday. We just enjoyed ourselves for the whole weekend, and I thought I'd pick back up today. And I'm actually starting this video a bit later because it is 3:15 and it is a very exciting but also a very nerve-wracking evening ahead, because I know I've mentioned it on my channel before, a couple of weeks ago I think, about the Tropic on tour. And basically Tropic, Susie Ma, the founder of Tropic, and Carlton, who's basically like her partner in crime, are travelling around the UK and visiting different places. They started off in Scotland, they've been to Northern Ireland, they've worked their way down the country, and tonight they're going to be in Southampton. I'm going with a friend. Yeah, so she's on her way over, Melissa. She was at my hen do, so you'll have seen her in my hen do video. She's in the RAF herself, still is, and that's how I met Mel. So she's, yeah, on her way over. Carl's going to come with us because Carl is going to be my cameraman this evening, because I have been nominated, if you haven't seen me talk about this already on my channel, I've been nominated by my leader Helen to talk on the panel, and then I was chosen by Tropic HQ to talk on the ambassador panel. So at these events, it's basically to find out all about what it's like to be an ambassador, to hear from Susie Ma herself about how she started Tropic, how Tropic has grown since she started. And I've been to 2 of these before. There hasn't been a roadshow since 2019 or 2020. Was the last one in, yeah, it must have been. The last one must have been in January 2020, before obviously all the lockdown stuff happened. But there's not been one since then. So I went to the one in 2019 and 2020, and I've always come away from these feeling very motivated, very inspired, and yeah, I challenge you not to feel like that when you come away from one of these events. But at these, they have an ambassador panel, so of about 5 people makes the ambassador panel up, and they're just telling you about how they run their business, their experience with Tropic being an ambassador so far, and what they balance their business with, whether it be children, another job, whatever it may be. And this year, 2023, I am going to be one of those people, which is really surreal, because my very first Tropic video was of me going to my very first roadshow. I went by myself and didn't know anybody there, and I just sat and listened, and I'd just become an ambassador a couple of weeks earlier, so I was in the very early days of being an ambassador. So I was like, wow, by everything, and I still am like that with everything, and other people and other people's stories. I'm sure I'll be listening to some of the women on the panel that will be sat next to me, like with my mouth open like, wow, you know. It's just surreal that I have been chosen to be one of those people that could potentially inspire or motivate some other new ambassadors, or somebody that's thinking about it. So yeah, I'm very excited but also very nervous. I don't know exactly how many people are going to be there that I'm going to be sat talking in front of, but there's hundreds. There's going to be hundreds. I'm not sure if it's over 1,000, but there's definitely going to be hundreds. But yeah, I'm going to take you with me. Carl is going to be my cameraman, so hopefully he can hold the camera steady and capture some bits of me on the panel, and then I will obviously capture a few bits of Susie talking as well. So if you've not been able to get to a roadshow this January but would have loved to, then hopefully I can capture a few bits and pieces from the evening that may motivate or inspire you, or even help you if you're thinking about becoming an ambassador yourself. But get comfy, And forgive me if I look very nervous in this video when I'm on the panel. I haven't spoken in front, I don't think I've ever spoken in front of that many people. No, I definitely haven't. And I haven't spoken in front of a large crowd of people in a couple of years. I used to do it fairly often in the RAF, so I became quite comfortable with it, but I've definitely gotten out of that habit. So it's very different talking to a camera, although sometimes there are thousands of people that watch my videos, some of them. It doesn't feel as scary because it feels more one-on-one when I'm filming. I don't think about potentially hundreds, maybe thousands of people watching this video, so it's very different. But wish me luck. Hopefully I can inspire, motivate some people, even just one would be great. And enjoy the video.
You have to be your biggest fan. And when things are really tough and they're really rough and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who you're going to meet, who you're going to meet, who you're going to meet.
We're going to start. So you ready? Yes! We're going to start reading this just your name, so you're not going to have any problems. Okay, so just want to hear your name, how many minutes Tropic, and anything else you've got going on in your life, whether it be work, another job, children, husbands, animals. I love animals and everything like that. I've got 5 sausage dogs at home. Yes, I have. I do that. 5? I've got Margot Babs, who I love dearly. I've got Betty, and I've got Winnie and Easton. And as you can imagine. But yeah, so that's what's going on in my life. So should we start with you, my darling? I think I share the mic. That's it.
Hi everyone, I'm Charlotte Jordan. I've been a Tropic ambassador for 4 years. In January I joined actually, 4 years ago. And when I first started I was full-time in the RAF. I'm no longer, but I do have a beauty business aside from Tropic now as well. I do have a husband, he's actually sat over there. We got married last year.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And a Cocker Spaniel called Arnie.
Love it! Thank you, give it up for Charlotte, everyone.
So again, my story is different. So I found Tropic about 4.5 years ago. I didn't even know anybody that hadn't heard about Tropic. I didn't know any ambassadors. I actually went along to a fair. I was living in Portsmouth at the time, and I went along to a fair at the Guildhall, and there was a lady there who had a Tropic stand. And at the time I'd never had problems with my skin in my teenage years, early 20s, and then I hit my mid-20s and my skin changed. And I was getting breakouts all over my chin, my jaw, and I tried all sorts over a few years. And then I obviously saw this stand, took a magazine or a leaflet away, and then I did my own research. And I didn't have this lady's information, so I still don't know her name now to this day.
She missed out, didn't she? She did right, she got
But yeah, I went online and I ended up ordering through the Tropic website. I ordered the ABC collection, and within a few weeks my blemishes were disappearing, and I was hooked. And then that was in the summer, and then in Christmas my mum bought me the skincare collection for Christmas, and then in the January, just in the new year, I had a lady follow me on Instagram. She's sat over there. Called Helen Cameron. And I had a look to see who this lady was, and her page was covered in Tropic. And I was like, oh, she does something with these products that I use now. And then I messaged her and I said, oh, what, you know, I saw that she looked like she did it as, you know, for a living or something like that. So I asked her about it, and I literally signed up, I think, the next day.
Wow.
Through a lady I'd never met in person. We're now very good friends.
Oh, amazing, thank you.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I started with Tropic, so we're always in a big team with military. And obviously I left that behind last year actually, I left. And that was probably my biggest thing about leaving something so big, and you know, the camaraderie that you get in the military and everything like that. But coming out, and now I work from home pretty much by myself, but you're not by yourself. You know, I have my team, and then I have my extended team with my leader. And you've always got somebody, if you're having one of those days where you think, oh, I'm not feeling very motivated today, or I did cut the bug, you've always got somebody to contact and people around you to sort of lift you up. And yeah, being part of a team is probably one of the biggest things with Tropic that people ask me all the time, having only been about just over a year since I left the military, do you miss it? And I'm like, no, because I have this whole new family with Tropic and such an amazing community. And I meet people online, like Katie, I've never met in person till now, through online. And yes, there's probably a few people in this room that I've spoken to online that maybe haven't met in person. So yeah, it's just amazing. Yeah.
Thank you, Shani. Thank you.
Missed it.
Would you mind sharing your story of when you first started with us and how it all began?
Oh gosh, okay. So as Susie said, we had a conversation back in 2012.
Yeah.
I've been with a company that sadly had gone, and but I love this industry. I did try a proper job. And I only lasted 3 months. I don't like being told what to do. I need to go to work, I'm allowed to leave work, or I can go on holiday. I was just looking to get back into the industry that I love. I've been doing this since I was 13 years old. I never thought, when I started, that the team was over 10,000 eaglets in this company. We sold nearly 39 million between us last year. I'm pretty proud of that. Just for my humble beginnings. But what I really love, and I think Emma said this, is you can't explain it until you see like a little me pop out. Someone that maybe has changed their life in some way because they've got some spare money. I mean, who could do some spare money? Most of us could do some spare money. And whether it's £100 a month, maybe you've got 10 customers and you can sell enough to earn £100 a month. That can pay for a little treat, isn't it? That could be a bit of savings. You might want to look after 50 customers a month. And maybe you're selling a couple of grand. You're earning £1,000 a month in commission. If I gave you £1,000 now, could you spend it? I think you probably could. And so I think what I'm proud of is what you and Carlton have created for all of us, which is a chance for us to do what we want and for you to see women, predominantly women, we've got a few guys, but they're not as good as us. But to see women change their lives for themselves, for their children, on the smallest of ways to huge ways. And and what I love here also is that Susie gives us no limits. So I work my socks off to earn £3 grand a month, and I'm very proud that I achieved that. But I'm even more proud that so many of my team are achieving £3,000 and above. And when you're earning £3 grand, you've got £5 grand, don't you? Is £3 enough? No, we're fine. And I know that not many people talk money, but I do talk money because I think it's quite important to understand that you can do what you want to do with this. And certainly, if you're looking for a 6-figure salary, then you can have that with Tropic. And there aren't very many jobs where you're a woman, running a family, and a home, and everything else that we have to do as women in life, look after your dogs and your cats and everything else, can pick up an income of over £10,000 a month. But you can here. So either that £100 you want to £1,000 a month to £10,000 a month. The only reason why you can or can't do it is how much effort you decide to put into it. And I love that, and I'm very proud that you've given us a chance to do that, Susie, and
I'm very proud of you, Jo.
what you've done.
What a journey.
Yeah.
And then the final question, which is what Carlton asks everyone, is what has Tropic given you?
Oh God. It's given me a family. Oh, I can't even tell you how many friends and family I've got through Tropic. I was randomly diagnosed with stage 3 cancer last year, a bit of a shock. And not a week has gone by since that happened that I've not had a phone call or a message or a card or a present in the post. And it made me really emotional because, you know, when you're trying to battle what's happening with you in your health situation, and all this loveliness just comes your way. So money's nice, but it's not just money. It's actually the feeling that you get when your heart recovers that actually genuinely cares about you. So
loved, Jo.
yeah. So thank you to everyone who did send me a message, a card, or a
We believe in helping to create a healthier world with multi-award winning products that are bursting with organic and natural ingredients. Supercharged with powerful actives, freshly made in the UK every day, and clinically proven to work. For your healthiest skin ever. We believe in helping to create a greener world. We use refillable, recyclable, or returnable packaging to minimize waste. We plant trees. We double offset our carbon emissions. We restore coral reefs. Our HQ is powered by renewable energy. And we send zero waste to landfill because it's all of our responsibility to care for our planet. We believe in helping to create a more empowered world, enriching thousands of children's lives across the world with access to education, supporting charities by donating 10% of our profits to good causes, and empowering our ambassadors to run their own beauty businesses, earning a minimum of 25% commission with full flexibility around their lives and families, all while together creating memories, building confidence, and doing good.
I love being part of this. It feels like a big family. For me, it's been life-changing. The way they look after their ambassadors and the amount of work they do for charity, it's just so special.
Our infinite purpose is to help create a healthier, greener, and more empowered world. One product at a time, one tree at a time, one school day at a time, and one ambassador at a time. Whether you're here today as one of our amazing ambassadors, passionate hosts, or one of our loyal customers, thank you for supporting our mission for better beauty. Together, we can go even further.
Remember to always believe in yourself, because investing in you will be the best investment you'll ever make. And if there is something that you want, then make a plan, set a deadline, and work towards it every day. Because there is nothing you can't achieve with grit and determination towards a strong enough why. And so, make the most out of this year, chase your passion,
Work hard, play harder, and live your best life!
Good morning. Just thought I'd pop on this morning and, tell you how last night went. Obviously, Carl, you were my cameraman, weren't you?
I was.
So I haven't seen yet what clips he's got, but I know he got some of me on the panel. You didn't get anybody else though, did you? You didn't get anybody else?
I was there for you and you only.
So yeah, unfortunately I don't think I've got any clips of the other ladies on the panel talking, but I'm always inspired by the other women as well. So I'm like sat watching them when they're talking, like in awe of them. But yeah, it was a really good evening. Carl's first Tropic event ever.
Yeah.
You enjoyed it, didn't you?
It was alright, it was good to see.
You loved it. My friend Mel really enjoyed it as well. It was just such a nice evening, and yeah, and obviously a big moment for me. I think there was about 1,000 people there, and in my first answer, because I was the first once, and obviously you saw that I was sat right next to Carlton, so the first question, I mean it was a simple question, it was like, what's your name, how long have you been an ambassador, and like what else do you have going on in your life? Well, you've seen it, but So I was the first one to actually speak, and I feel like when I spoke, you know, when you could hear your voice like like this, I felt like my voice sounded nervous. So if I look nervous in the clips, it's because I was. I did feel like I relaxed as it went through, and I was able to look out at the crowd of 1,000 people and really like take it in and enjoy it as well. So I'm very glad I did it. Thank you to my leader, Helen, for nominating me, and obviously then I was chosen. And I just wanted to show you a few things we got. So with your £5 ticket, you got a free smoothing cleanser. Carl
get off my smoothing.
Carl got a smoothing cleanser too. And like the smoothing cleansers come in the large tubes now, and the tubes are like this, so you squeeze it out rather than a pump. But they all gave us, and these are the regular size, so 120 mils, but in the tubes. I wonder if they're going to bring these out in like the 120 mils in tubes. Carl got one, which obviously I'm going to have. And obviously a bamboo cloth, because that always comes with a smoothing cleanser. And I got mine, because I'm an ambassador, I got a little something extra, which is really cute. So it's like this little wooden dice, and it says different things, so you can like roll the dice. What's it going to say today? Tropic, look at you glow. And then it says a different thing on each side. Love what you're made of, be you beautiful. You glow through what you go through, you are divine, body love yourself. Is that all of them?
6.
Yeah, I think so. So yeah, that's really nice. So if I'm needing a pick-me-up, I'll just roll my dice on a morning and see what inspiration Tropic has to give me. And then obviously I got my smoothing cleanser and bamboo cloth. And then, which I wasn't expecting, when I got off stage, unfortunately Carl was a little bit behind the curve on this.
I wasn't expecting it.
I got off the stage and obviously went to walk back to my seat, and Susie was walking towards us, and like she gave me a big hug. And then also one of the ladies that obviously work at Tropic HQ, and she was helping coordinate it, Caitlin, she then handed me this really lovely plant, which is gonna go perfectly in my office. We think it's a ficus because it looks very similar to the one we've got in our living room, just a little bit smaller at the moment. So that is such a lovely touch, because I've been wanting, and I don't know if I've said it on my channel before, but I've really been wanting to get more plants and greenery into our home. So thank you very much, Tropic. And also with that, I got a lovely handwritten card, like literally handwritten. And my goodness, you're not going to be able to see that properly. It is the neatest handwriting ever. And it's from Susie and Carlton, basically just thanking me for being on the ambassador panel, telling my story and being a part of the Tropic family. So I thought that was really, really sweet, and definitely something I wasn't expecting. So something else to go up in my office, and Tropic just never cease to treat their ambassadors and show how much they value us and appreciate us. So that was a really, really lovely touch as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Obviously you're not going to be able to get the true feeling of the event through the camera lens. I tried to take a few bits, and you saw Jill Eagle, who's the first ambassador, like who's like top of Tropic and is a very inspiring woman as well. Their talk, I've never heard her talk like that before. I have on Zoom a couple of times, but yes, she's very inspiring too. So that was a nice surprise as well. But yeah, if you can, Tropic on tour is actually coming to an end. I think the day you're watching this is potentially their last show. But hopefully, fingers crossed, they will then start doing this every January like they did before COVID. So if you didn't manage to get to one of these events this year, then I highly recommend attending one next year. I will be attending every year that they have one of these on, because they're always such a boost. And even if you're not an ambassador, just so motivating to hear somebody else's story through their life, how Susie has made such a success of herself and how they help so many ambassadors create successful businesses for themselves as well. It just sets the tone for the year, and you can't fail but to come away inspired and motivated. So if you can get yourself to one in the future, I highly recommend it. But yeah, hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I also want to thank everybody who sent me well wishes before the event last night, wishing me luck for speaking on the panel, who has sent me messages since saying well done, I'm sure you smashed it. If they weren't there, I saw ladies there as well who gave me a hug and congratulated me and said well done. So thank you everyone so much for the support. It just reaffirms what an amazing, supportive family we have within Tropic. And yeah, I'm on a high today, that's for sure. But hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video, which will also be a Tropic one, because going into February now, we are fully on the Tropic train, because I have a Tropic event in Birmingham next weekend. So I will try and get that for you first thing on Sunday. If not, then it might be later in the day on Sunday next week, because the event's actually on Saturday. And then obviously Dubai at the end of February, which is very, very exciting. So hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, because things are going to get very Tropic and very exciting over the next month. So yeah, I look forward to you coming along with me. Thank you so much again, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.